Hi, I'm David.
And I'm Gail, and it's day 8 of our walk.
And well, you probably won't recognize this station, we do, but we're back in Massa. This is the Massa Central train station, and we're here because...
Well, we are walking from here to Camaiore, which is the next pit stop.
That's right.
We're not staying there, though.
Yes.
We are going to be staying at Lucca, which is beyond, and Lucca will become our kind of base station.
Yeah, that's right. So so it's about 25 kilometers, which isn't too bad. You'll notice that the lights are still on in the background. That's because it's 7 o'clock in the morning. We just finished taking the train from our last base station, Francigena, and arrived here. A very brief 14-minute train ride, really, and now we're going to be heading off. The trick is why we're starting so early is that we have there's a bus that goes from Camaiore to Lucca, and we got the last bus of the day, anyways, is at 5:10 in the evening, and so that means we got to hustle a bit, because I know that if anything, the last few days have taught us that. It's slower going than you would think. Our pace is slower because we're doing a lot of uphill and downhill and over some fairly rugged terrain from times. You never really know. So even though this is supposedly 82% paved, so that's our agenda today. Is just to get there, and hopefully we're going to have some good weather along the way. Semi sunlight, possibility of rain late in the afternoon. So hopefully we can beat that as well. And we're going to see a castle, I think, maybe.
That's where we start. So there's going to be an immediate ascent, but that might be as bad as it gets for the entire walk today.
So I guess we better get to it, eh?
We do have to, because we not only have to get to the bus to get to Lucca, but we have a concert in Lucca tonight. So it goes on and on.
On and on, yeah. Very busy people.
We'll see you.
Okay, we'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
It's not quite 9:30. We've been walking for over 2 hours, and we have completed the big incline of the day, and we've been going downhill, which is kind of nice. And we discovered this lovely Via Francigena rest stop for pilgrims. So behind the camera is a water spigot with fresh, good water. We were assured by a local. And as you can see, it's outfitted in really lovely Carrara marble. So it's like relaxing in paradise.
So here we are, folks. Welcome to the kitchen of La Rondine apartment in Lucca, downtown Lucca. It's a very nice location, about 100 meters away from the cathedral. Anyways, we've just arrived here and we've gone shopping, we've come back, and we're going to have supper inside. We're going to cook it ourselves, and it's a very simple dinner, just of a pre-made, more or less, caprese salad. And also something that Gail and I like a lot is just a tortellini done in a sage butter sauce. Very easy to make, and no trouble at all, especially when you're more or less you're camping. When you're, even though you might be in Lucca, you're still in effect camping, because you don't know what kind of supplies you'll get when you come into these apartments. What's missing, what's not missing. I think we have the ingredients though to make this simple dish, and I'm sure we're going to enjoy it, because this is sort of our pre-theater dinner, because after this we head off to the opera, and it's a late night opera, but a short one. It's Caviera Rusticana by Mascagni, who's out of Sicily, which we're going to later, and it's probably one of our favorite operas. So anyways, that's the schedule for this evening. I'm just getting things prepped up here, and what I'm going to do is run you through how it is to make this particular dish. So stay tuned. Okay, so here we go, folks. I'm going to run you through exactly what we have going on here. First of all, we got a pot of boiling water, salted water. Luckily there was salt in the cupboard here. That's going to be for our tortellini, which we just bought as a pre-made ricotta and spinach tortellini. Ideally would be a cheese tortellini, but it wasn't available in the shop that we went to, so we're just going to use that. That's enough for two people. The other key ingredient is sage, and you're supposed to use just 6 leaves of sage. I've added a bit more because it comes in quite a big package of it. I've got more than enough to do this recipe again, which we likely will. And by the way, in Italian, sage is called salvia if you're going into the store. And then the other key ingredient is burro, which is butter. And now, I'm not going to use all this butter in this dish. However, I'm going to be using half of it. So it's basically not a low-calorie, low-fat kind of dish at all. But what the heck? I mean, we're walking 600 miles, or 600 kilometers, so I think we can get away with that. So those are, I think, the key ingredients. Oh, the other key ingredient right here is a glass of wine, and this is for the chef. This is the cooking wine for the chef. So we'll just put that aside, and let's get going here. So we're just going to pour this in, and it's just basically 4 or 5 minutes to get that going. And I will just time that with my wristwatch here, handy dandy wristwatch. So yeah, so about 8 minutes to the hour, and we've got that going. And then we're going to take our butter, and we'll just cut that in half. Yeah, why not, eh? Why not go big? There you go. So there we have butter now left over for another recipe like this. And take that and wrap it. That's the way. Okay, we'll get rid of that over there for now. And I'm just going to cut this block off into a couple of pieces here. Now I've got the fry pan set to medium, so we'll see if that's, I'm not familiar with this stove, so I'm not sure. Looks not bad. There we go. Got that going. Oops, oh, shoot. I'm not familiar with this stove, so it's... There we go. Seems like it cuts out every time you lift something, so you can't lift things very easily here. And get my here just to get those things in motion a bit. Put that there. Got my little, this is what I have, is just a small wooden spoon. And this butter looks a little bit on the watery side. It's kind of interesting. Oh, I see now. This is actually clarified butter, I'm pretty sure. I don't know my Italian that well, but it seems to be, that's what it is. So it's a good thing, so you're not going to get the usual foaming, and it's not going to burn as well. It's a little bit like using, well, it is like in the East Indian using ghee for cooking. So, and I think we're going to have to crank that up a bit. Okay, 5, 6 maybe. The stove goes up to about a 9. Let's check my watch for the pasta. It's coming up there. Seems warm. So now I'm just going to add my sage to that. Stir it around. Stoves. I think this is an induction range. Oh, the smell of that sage is really fantastic in there. Now, ideally you're supposed to have Parmesan cheese. We forgot to buy our Parmesan cheese, which is kind of crazy here. But so we're just going to have it like this. I suppose you could add salt or pepper as necessary. We'll just have it probably like this. And I think I'll just turn it down a bit because I don't want to burn the sage. And that pasta is done. So got my little strainer here. I'm just going to walk over to the sink. You probably won't see this. And do my draining stuff here. Drain it well. Pop it into there. And that is pretty much it. You can see that sage coming up, and it's going to be very, very tasty indeed. And I think that'll keep us going for the night. Okay, so here we are. This is our feast for the evening, I guess, eating in-house. And we've got our plate with a tortellini with sage sauce, sage and butter sauce. We got our pre-made caprese salad, and of course we've got a nice bottle of Tuscan wine here as well.
Some crostini.
Oh, crostini as well, of course. Oh, all the important things. So, anyways, we're going to sit down and have our dinner, and then head off to the opera,
which is just apparently around the corner. We
Yes.
are in the center of Lucca. We're just about a block off of one of the squares that has the great cathedral.
Right.
So
Okay.
yes.
So, cheers.
So cheers, everyone.
And cheers to you. Yeah.